welcome back to Cafecito Chats. We're just touching base with Ken Winto, and this is part of the topic for today. So, how did the year progress, and how did the year end up for you at this point? Right, we're coming up to that last couple of days in 2025, so it's good to look back and see, well, what happened, what did I do, what did I accomplish, and how did it go, right? Sometimes it didn't go so well, so you got to regroup, you got to meditate, you got to contemplate on what do I need to focus on for the upcoming year, and what do I need to do better. And as Ken was saying, he's done really amazing, really great. Things have really looked wonderful for him. So he actually mentioned that he works at FedEx, and he's been there for about 3 years. And in those 3 years, he has been able to move up a couple promotions and a couple raise increases. So that's wonderful. That's wonderful news. Any outlook there, Ken, as far as the forecast for the upcoming 2026?
Yeah, so because I have this new role, it's been taking up more time out of my schedule because now it's more of a full time, and full time with FedEx it can be up to like from 40 up to like 50 hours a week. And before it was from like 25 to maybe 40 an hours a week as a part time. And even before it was draining. So now it's
Oh, he just dropped. He probably lost connection there. Well, heading over to Diego Martinez. Diego Martinez is joining us today. This year I think Diego has been really good for you, but I just want to get your rundown as to perspective, perception from your side, good, bad, and the ugly for 2025.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This year has been a really big change for me. Obviously, graduated college, started a new full-time job as an engineer, and I'm living in a different state all by myself. So a lot of big change. A lot of big changes have happened in my life, and but yeah, overall, I mean, it's been great so far. Nothing to complain about, really. In terms of outlook for next year, I think just looking forward to just continuing to learn and grow, consider to just ask questions and continue to be educated about life in general, and really get a good understanding of what I think, second half of 2025, I didn't really get a good understanding of what my responsibilities were. So now just focus uh, on figuring out what my responsibilities are for 2026 and looking forward to executing. So yeah. So overall, a lot of change this year, but that's life at the end
Yeah,
of the day. That's just
yeah.
life.
That is life. I'm gonna stay with you for a little bit longer. In the middle of May, I believe that's when you graduated. You were literally still at the beginning of the year. You were looking for a job, then you got the job. You graduate. You're really happy. So you have had maybe 6 or 7 months of the year in this new position over in Boeing, right? Can you share with us in retrospect? How was that transition? Was it what you expected? What do you wish in the last couple months that you maybe had been more knowledgeable on, as far as not just the job itself, but the moving away from home, from your loved ones, the adulting per se?
Yeah, I'm at just the timeline a little bit before I answer. So actually, I graduated in late June, I mid June, and then I didn't start until August,
Hmm.
late August. So I've actually been in the role for 4 months, not 6 or 7. But yeah, I mean the transition, um, it was hard because I tried doing a lot of stuff on my own just because I took inspiration from my parents, because when they were going through a similar transition to what I was going through, they did it all by themselves. They didn't have my grandparents, aka their parents, couldn't help them as much as my parents helped me because they weren't as educated uh as as my parents were. So anyway, so I started off trying to do everything on my own, and then I kind of started stressing myself out a lot because, essentially, just to try to give some details without going off on a tangent, the two main things in the transition period were finding an apartment and buying my first car. So, two big life decisions, two big major purchases. So, you know, eventually, long story short, I just ended up kind of asking for help from my mom and my dad, and I'm very thankful that they were able to help me out and educate me and help me make the right choices. So yeah. But anyways, I hope that answers the question. I don't know if I kind of deviated from that.
No, 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 no. That's pretty much one of the things
Okay.
that, going back and graduating is one thing. If you stay in town,
Right.
it's a different thing. But leveraging that support long distance, it might be a little bit difficult, but I'm glad that you were able to say, hey, mom, hey, dad, I really need your help and support here. What do I do, right? At least answer a couple questions. Maybe they don't go buy the car for you, but at least they point you in the right direction. Look at this, focus on this, something along those lines. So that might be something that you actually did. Alex Polo, thank you for joining us. Today we're talking about the 2025 year in retrospect. What went well, didn't go so well? Can you share some insights, sir?
Uh, I mean, overall, it was a year that, for me, a big change in my life. So, I mean, I talk about this change to the financial industry from engineering. Uh, I mean, so far it's going along, and uh, as far as things that didn't go well, can't think of any right now.
Okay, okay.
Has not been it hasn't really been a bad year for me. I mean, it's been a good year, I will say overall. So yeah, get got to reconnect with UC San Diego, and I've been going to a lot of the events. They had one yesterday actually in LA for Jacob School of Engineering. We're having one tonight at Newport Beach for the Orange County Alumni Association. So yeah, yeah, just a lot of good things this year.
Yeah, good for you. It's been a year of transition more than anything for you, right? I believe
Yes.
that's what's been going on, and transitions are sometimes difficult to navigate. So, what are the maybe key points or things that you would like to share for people that are possibly in that transition stage or ready to transition from one career to another, or maybe from having a job to being an entrepreneur, something that you want to share with individuals.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, make sure whatever you're thinking about to really think things through. I mean, for me, it was a decision that took me about 6 months to think about. I mean, I was leaving a 25-year career, which I've always, you know, been good at, and well known in the industry, and now to something new where, but I mean, those 6 months, I talked to several people. I talked to people from the industry that knew me, also from this new industry. So yeah, just got different feedback. I mean, so overall, the final decision is going to be yours. But yeah, just talk to people and ask them their opinion, what they think. So I wouldn't suggest just jumping into something like right away, just because you feel it's the right move. I mean, just take your time. And I mean, for me, I was connected with the financial industry for almost 2 years now, so gave me time to learn about it and how it operated, and all the things involved. So yeah, just take your time is, I guess, my best recommendation.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. Great insight, great perspective. Yeah, take your time, do a little bit of research, immerse yourself into a little bit of the new venture if possible, right? And get a good feel for it, and if you feel that it's something that you might be thriving in, go ahead and take a shot at it, right? Don't say no. Take that leap of faith and dedicate your time to it if you really want to thrive in it. So I think that's good advice there, Alex. Mr. Mike Cruz, thank you for joining us. 2025, good, bad, the ugly. It's been a year of a lot of ups and downs. I hope more ups than downs, but at the same time, in retrospect, what can you help share with us? Insights.
Well, it's tough being retired. Let's put it that way. The activities are pretty level.
Okay.
I'm not looking at new work or looking at a new boss or looking at a management position. So it's been kind of level as you get older and you stay busy. Certainly been you have kept me busy
Okay.
with the junior chapters and the university activities, and so I'm glad I can still do that. Planning for the future. Well, listen. Okay, first of all, it's been a level year. Of course, as you get older, I've lost a lot of friends and family this year, and it just seems to be the routine now. You're a survivor. You call yourself a survivor now. So life has been pretty constant. Still doing my biking, still doing my exercising, doing my crossword puzzles and things online to keep me busy, mentally busy and physically busy. So that's been pretty much a routine, which don't take for granted, because sometimes it gets a little harder just doing the routine. You know, you got to stay healthy. You know, you can't get sick, or you don't want to get sick, et cetera, et cetera. So take care of yourself, be healthy, and it'll work out. As for the future, it's just a constant look ahead. I still want to still want involved with your junior chapters, with the students, and with the SHIP professional chapter. I've been doing a lot of socializing with them, and it's good to meet new young people and have some old students that I work with come up to me and say, "Oh, Mr. Cruz, remember me?" And I go, "Well, no, but who are you?" "Well, back in 2016 at Southwestern County, my name is Claudia. I was on the SHIP chapter. Da 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 da. I worked with you." I said, "Oh, okay." And so what keeps me looking forward to a new year is meeting these young people and their careers. Like Ken, you keep me inspired about your activities, and Alex, shifting jobs midlife, man. I mean, you guys are, those are stories that enlighten me. Diego, we've conversed many times, and so I'm glad for you on your new job and a whole new experience. I can't even remember back when I started my job. Well, I was in the Air Force for 4 years, and then I started working for the civil service. So I had a lot of training. So planning for next year is doing what I've been doing for this year, and hopefully I can do more of it and stay healthy and stay away from doing some hiking up mountains, which I did 2 weeks ago and almost died. Dehydration and all of that, and I'm going, well, maybe I can't do this stuff anymore. So there's a realization that things that you want to do, you may not be able to do like you do in the past. So I'm looking at you young, healthy men. You've got a future ahead of you. Take advantage of everything that comes your way. Ken, I'm surprised. I guess I'm not surprised, but when you guys talk, I'm thinking about all the things I need to ask you. Like, Alex, how did you prepare? I know you said you listened to people. How did you really prepare for that transition? Because I know some other people have done that, and they only lasted a year or two. Then they went back to their old jobs, and some have been successful. Ken, did they actually prepare you for this management supervisory job? Did you get all the tools that you needed? I know it kind of comes quick, and all of a sudden you have to manage 20, 30, 40 people, and you have supply chain, you got finances and all. So, were you prepared, or did they prepare you properly, or do you think you got prepared? And if you don't, the future is, what do I need to do to get better? And that's the same for you, Alex and Diego. What are you planning to do to get better? Because it's going to come fast. And so if you're prepared, you'll succeed with less trials and tribulations. Let's put it that way. You're still going to have some, but I think if you prepare yourself better, you'll do that. So for my New Year goals is to see you guys succeed. I mean, I've already. I can claim victory. Okay, I'm done. I've done this stuff, and so I'm just gonna observe and watch, and hopefully experience your successes, and so that makes me have a successful year to seeing you young people move ahead. Diego, you got a long ways to go, buddy. So hang in there, learn everything, say yes to everything that's offered to you, do it, follow it through, and then do it again. And same for Ken and Alex.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Going over to Alex, answering the question, or the question that was posed to you by Mr. Mike Cruz. How did you really prepare, and how did that go?
Yeah, so being involved, like I said, in the financial industry for almost 2 years now, so just kept being involved with the company I'm now working for, and they have like weekly meetings. They even have like conventions. So I went to all the events that they had. Got to know the agents here. Meanwhile, I mean, I was still doing my day job, and uh, but then as much as I wanted to do this, like my day job kept absorbing me, so it didn't really let me do this effectively. So that's why I came to the realization is, okay, I gotta choose one of these, and I felt that I had made so much progress here at this new company that I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's a good opportunity. Uh, yeah, there's cons and plus and minuses from both sides, pros and cons, but uh, yeah, I just kept interacting with the people, kept learning about the products, kept learning about the industry. Talked to, because we're a broker, right? So a lot of our providers come and visit us too, and they keep telling us, "Hey, you guys are our best customer. You guys are more than half our sales." So that gave me a good feeling about this company that yeah, they're really doing something big in the industry. Um, so just things like that, kept coming together for me, and finally, was able to make that decision. Yes, Mike.
Yeah. So when we talk about learning, and this goes to Ken and Diego too, did you get it out of books? Did you read about your industry, or was it hands-on experience of working with people? So experience or books, or a combination of both?
It was a combination of both. I would say more it was talking to people, interacting with people. Even some of the agents here like invited me to go to meetings with their clients, and just seeing the interaction between them and the clients. So a lot. I mean, I would say more like 70% out in the field, talking to people, and 30% books, and just looking at uh, you know stuff on the internet about the industry. Again, the trainings that they do at this company, it's constant training. I mean, we have meetings twice a week, and it's just constant training, and then learning about the stories of the different agents, how they started, how they, even when they started, they were unsure of that they were going to be able to do anything, and now they're making $500,000 or more in commissions every year. So yeah, it's a combination of things.
Do you keep a diary?
I do not keep a diary now.
You're on mute. You're on mute, sir.
Hit the wrong button.
There we go. There we
There we
go.
go. Uh,
Uh,
so I said, how do you remember everything? It's just all in here now?
I mean, that's basically how I've always operated throughout my
Right.
career.
Yeah.
Just been the experiences that I've gone through and just learning from them, whether they were good experiences or bad experiences. It was a learning process. So it's all been, I guess, yeah, registered in my mind. So, uh,
Your work now is face to face now, right? Working service. It's working people to people. So
yes,
yeah,
yes, yeah. I mean, it's always been the case. I mean, even as an engineer, sales engineer,
sales. Yeah.
uh, I was meeting people constantly and face to face, and so that's why the transition to this new role was kind of similar in a way. It wasn't. I didn't feel it was like too foreign. Uh, so yeah, but it was people to people. Yes,
So the similarities in both jobs really helped you make that transition.
yes. That is an important point. That yeah, I didn't go like from an engineer sitting at a desk or something to like going out meeting people every day now. So yeah, that had to something to do with it.
Yeah, that was the hard part for me. I was off the bench doing research and development. The next day, I was sitting at a desk managing people. So maybe something that
Okay.
we changed on. So that was a. I didn't have all the tools, so that's why I kind of asking Ken. You got this supervisory job. Do you have the tools to do that? Was it a significant change from your other task?
Yeah, it wasn't too much of a significant change because at least for FedEx, there's already a lot of like a framework for people to kind of move up the ladder, and especially in the warehouse that I'm at right now in San Francisco. Because when I started with FedEx, it was in San Diego, and it was a little bit smaller because the county is larger. So I was in the one in La Jolla, but there's another one in Otay, and we can transfer around to different locations. So when I asked to get transferred in San Francisco. I didn't realize that when I requested it to get transferred here, but the warehouse I got transferred to is actually a very big warehouse where there's constant trainings for different employees. So sometimes employers come in from FedEx from other warehouse and they do training there and then they go back to another warehouse. And I just came in as a transfer just from like going from just changing facilities. So I didn't know it was a training ground for other employees. So it was much easier to kind of move up. And all those times I didn't have the intention of moving up. I just, thought I was okay, there's just another source of income until I get another job related to my bachelor's or what I'm trying to do. But I got asked to move up twice positions, so that's the reason why I applied. And while I was being asked for those to apply to those positions, they in those same days they started already transitioning me within those tasks until officially they keep transitioning me on the computer that I got a different position within the same warehouse, and the people still are still the same. So it was more of an easier transition. But my ship experience has helped me a lot, especially at the warehouse I'm at because there's a lot of Latinos. So I use Spanish a lot. Sometimes there's Latinos that only, speak Spanish. And so not only do I translate, I also get to, lead them in Spanish. And that really helps a lot too. And that's another reason why I really enjoy the job because it feels similar to ship. So when I was, leading in a board back in San Diego as president or vice president, or just in being a member of the team, it made me feel like, I was like a part of ship yeah, while I'm at work. So that's how I tend to treat everyone the same way I would treat all my, student members in San Diego. I try to treat them the same way, a lot of transparency. Even though the environment is very different and the people have very different backgrounds. Some of them might be new to the United States. Some of them might have been born here. Some of them might not. Very different experiences in a university setting, but still similar by culture and by language. Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. That's great insight, great perspective. That makes sense. I hope that answered. Did that answer the question, Mr. Mike Cruz, from both of them?
Yeah, it seems like they're just their decisions were made on likeness of the transition, or maybe you weren't prepared for the transition, but there was a lot of similarities in moving forward. And so when you plan your next year, I think you're still going to be looking for similarities. But I know, Alex, you made the choice to move. Ken, you have a whole infrastructure that's looking down on you, and so what quickly comes to mind is, why did you get selected? Why did you think you got selected to move up in this new position? And do you still see it for next year?
For next year, perhaps I might still stay with the manager, because moving up from manager up will be maybe another more experiences. Maybe they want me to stay as a manager maybe on a whole another year before they move me up again. But maybe they can give me a raise within a year, because every year they give raises. Automatically the computer just kind of bumps you up a little bit, like at least 50 cents, $1, $2, depending on who it is and stuff. The reason why I think I might have gotten selected is probably because of my experiences from San Diego. Because a lot of people there have a lot of Bay Area experience, maybe coming in from another facility within the Bay Area, San Jose, Fresno, other nearby areas. But I think I'm one of the only few ones from San Diego, from the FedEx in San Diego. So maybe they wanted to apply those skills or those experiences from San Diego into the Bay Area to make it feel like California, one California. I think that's one of the reasons why, and maybe another reason, well, maybe the college experiences that I've had, because I didn't tell everyone in the warehouse, like what my college experiences were, but certain individuals they knew and saw my resume before, so maybe that's the reason why they thought maybe I stood out a lot more for them. Yeah. And the Spanish as well, because they thought my Spanish was very, very good. And there's different Latinos, not just Mexicans here, so they also speak Spanish, but they use their own slang. A lot of people from like Nicaragua and Peru, and so they use their own Spanish slangs, and I was able to communicate with them well. And some non-Spanish speakers thought that was complicated, so they thought maybe my Spanish was a little bit much higher than what they thought, and so that's another reason I think as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, congratulations on that, Ken. That's awesome. Great job. Great effort on your part, and we definitely hope and look forward to seeing you succeed. And who knows? I mean, it seems like you're making a career out of FedEx on your side, so that's incredible. Over to Diego, 2025 in retrospect, but also looking at 2026. We talked about your current role, your position, the difficulties, and the support that you sought out from your parents. Is there anything else that in forecasting into the future that you think that you might be looking forward to? Any adventures that you're considering? Anything that might be coming up 2026?
Skiing and snowboarding. Um, I'm definitely gonna probably become a winter sport guru, especially living in Washington. Have some ski trips planned with my coworkers, so looking forward to that. But more importantly, just looking forward to learning. Let me rephrase, looking forward to enjoying to learn again. Remember in high school, I loved learning so much, and then COVID ruined everything. And then I got to college, and then that ruined my love for learning more. So now that I'm out of college, I'm looking forward to just learning new hobbies and enjoying them. And maybe not just hobbies as well, but also educating myself more about the company that I work at, more educating myself more about life. And so that way I'm prepared for whatever big life decisions come up. So yeah, so just 2026, looking forward to new adventures with family and friends, but also looking forward to just that feeling of enjoying learning.
Yes, Mr. Mike Cruz, you have your hand up, sir?
Yeah. So Diego, looking forward in your career for next 3 to 5 years. Do you know what the promotional opportunities are going to be, and do you know how to prepare for them, or how will you find out to prepare for
Um,
your immediate future?
I do not. It's sad that I don't, considering, I've worked at this company before, but that's one of the things on my list that I need to look at Actually, I was just talking about that with my coworkers during lunch, how to move up and all that stuff. So I was getting some insights and perspective. But yeah, I don't even have a 3 to 5 year career plan yet. I had one, and then I talked to my manager, and he kind of gave me some perspective. So now I kind of have to change everything, which is good. I'm glad he gave me the advice that I needed to hear. But yeah, but that's on the list of stuff that I need to know.
Okay, awesome. Great insight, great perspective. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Any additional insight from you, Mr. Mike Cruz, that you might want to share as we are literally closing it out and we're coming to a rapid end, and the holidays are literally here, but it's still for a lot of us it's still chaotic in the office, but it's a whirlwind, right? And on top of it, you still have things at home and family and things that are going on. So anything else that you want to share?
Well, I'm going to pick up on what all Alex, Ken, and Diego talked about, and Diego, you kind of pulled it up again, and you're going to take up skiing and snowboarding. I think for next year, for everybody, it's balance. It's balance between work and yourself, and you have to take time for yourself. And Diego, definitely go out and enjoy some time in the snow. I did all of that. Went up to Utah and skied in Mammoth and all that with the family, and while I was working. So for the future for everybody is that life balance is going to be huge, and it's going to help you move forward. So work is necessary. Yeah, the work is necessary. You need to get involved in that, and you need to keep on top of that. But on the second half, you need to take care of yourself, both mentally and physically, and hopefully you'll take up some activity. I ran marathons for a long time, 10Ks, did all that until I wore out my knees, and then I started cycling, but I always involved in taking care of my physical wishes. So you may have some mental ones. You may take up some hobbies or whatever. Do that, and you're gonna have to practice. You're gonna have to practice quieting yourself. I found that very difficult in my work situation. It was stressful. So, like, Ken, you're going to be managing people and working with people, and Alex, you're out there talking with everybody, trying to take their money or have them spend your money. And Diego, you need to be part of the team that's going to produce a product for the next Boeing series of airplanes, et cetera, et cetera. So those are all going to be stressors on you in your workplace. And so you have to, and you know what, you're going to be working. I don't know how much time you're going to get off. You might get 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks off a year. So 1 month. So that means 11 months you're in the mire. You're working hard. You're doing things, and it's going to be hard to escape from that. I know, Alex, you can probably take advantage of your travels when you go to different places to go visit places and try out new restaurants and stuff like. And I did that too. But you know what? After a while, that gets to be work. Traveling and eating and going to different places, it becomes work. So I think work-life balance is going to be huge in your futures. Take heed, and like Diego said, I'm going to take up skiing and snowboard, and whatever else will give you calm. Will give you calm, and you're going to need to do that to succeed. Same for you, Lazaro.
Yep.
Calm. You're working on your master's degree, and you got the family, and you got everybody working. So just for 2026, think about work-life balance. Think about the stress and work you're gonna generate on one side of the balance. On the other side, you need the calm. You need the serenity. You need something to take your mind off the work and relieve the stress. Like I was taught in management school, there's good stress and there's bad stress. So take advantage of the good stress.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Diego, you had your hand up.
And I was gonna type this in the chat, but I was gonna respond to my Cruz and say, I don't know if winter sports will keep me calm, considering that I'll be focused on not dying. but you're right. It will take my mind off work. So a win is a win.
There you go. Win is a win. So good deal. Good deal. So this one's gonna be a short one. Thank you for joining. 2025 has been great. Cafecito Chats keeps going almost every Wednesday, and each one of you, Mr. Mike Cruz, Alex, Diego, Ken, thank you for joining as many times as you have as possible that your schedule allows. Sharing conversations, sharing insights, it's great, right? And things move, life happens, but at the same time, this is a space for all of us to come together and share. So I definitely, in retrospect, I've enjoyed so many of the conversations that I record them and put them out there, and I've learned so much from each one of you. I get ideas from every single time that we meet. I leverage and go ahead and utilize some of the insights that you provide as well. And I can also go ahead and get some of those ideas and share them on one-on-one with some of the students that I talk to, right? And say, hey, this is what's going on. Or I might be able to connect some of the students with some individuals that are here, yourselves, that might be able to mentor some of those students as well and some of those professionals. So I believe in retrospect, Cafecito Chats has been really, really successful in regards to helping individuals get a job also, or get their mind off of going off the ledge if they are looking for a job or are seeking advice. So I think we've been able as a collective group to help many, many people, either by those who listen or those who actually come and join and seek out support in real time. So with that, thank you so much. And we'll definitely continue and carry on and go into 2026 strong, just the way we are. So muchas gracias. And with that, thank you so much. Yes.
And Merry
Right.
Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
thank you,
everybody.
Lázaro.
See you next time. Hasta
See you
luego.
next time. Take care.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.